South Texas Amateur Tour Podcast, The Power Hour, with your hosts, Travis Sokowski, Michael Emanuelian, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Brad Gilbert.
What is going on? Good evening, South Texas Amateur Golf Tour. Welcome back to the newest edition, the newest episode of the Power Hour, though I will guess it will not be an hour this evening. But welcome back to the program. My name for tonight is MD. I may go by another name. I have multiple aliases. If you've ever tried to spell it Emanuelian, the government has seen it spelled 20 different ways. New jobs are fucking nightmare for me. I can curse. I can do that if I want to because you guys read the disclaimers. So I can say and do what I want pretty much for the most part. I can do it at least once. And yeah, let me see what happens. But guys, pretty easy show tonight. Pretty cool show. Following up on Olmos, talking about our winners, talking about our see how everyone finished, how everyone played. We have 4 flights to cover there from the Olmos 2-person best ball. We'll talk a little bit about what's coming up. We are not too far away, though I say that it's 23 days until we meet again at Riverside for a new format event. 2 days, an alt shot and a best ball day. That is going to be fun. It is going to be super challenging. Think everyone's looking forward to that. Scotty Williams is referencing Tour Travels. Tour Travels is only 53 days away. I go to sleep thinking about Wisconsin. I go to sleep thinking about the Straits course. I was literally watching some of the YouTube world creators playing at the Straits course, and I'm sitting there watching them thinking they're just playing from those tees. I'm like, go play the Ryder Cup tees, you little bitches. Besides the point, I should be a YouTube golf creator, but that's all I'll say about that. But we did have our Zoom call for everybody who will be attending, and so we will have more to come as we get closer to Tour Travels. Have a few of our Tour Travels regulars join the show. Maybe have 1 or 2 new members, new guests joining us as well. Talk about what they're looking forward to. We'll have basically a show around Kohler and around the amazingness that is. But with all that being said, and now finally off the Zoom call as Scotty Williams is obviously off. Behind the camera, we now have Travis Sokowski ready to join the... Cannot hear you, my friend. Can't hear you. Travis is gonna...
There we go.
Oh, there we go. He's back.
Charles
Romero, what up, buddy boy?
I had all that time to prepare, and I screwed that up.
You had so much time.
Okay, hold on. Take me off and bring me back in.
Take you off and bring you back in. I can do this. Okay. Joining us now after the Tour Travels 2025 Zoom call, and that is a correct statement, Scotty Williams. His future is so bright, he's wearing sunglasses inside. Travis Sokowski.
What up, MD? I'm back. Y'all can hear me. Woo! I think I did like a Running Man thing. But it is April 2nd. It's 7:06 p.m. How the hell are you, bud?
I'm ready to play some golf this weekend.
I am so excited to play golf this weekend. I'm a little late to the show. We did have our yearly Tour Travels informational Zoom meeting tonight. 24 guests going to Kohler, Wisconsin in 53 days for the 10th edition of Tour Travels. I don't know what number it is. I'll add it up and figure that out. I think it's 10 or 12, somewhere in there.
It's
with
somewhere
Olmos
in that mix if you count the
6.
stuff that we do.
But Tour Travels 2025 going to Destination Kohler, Wisconsin, Whistling Straits and Black Wolf Run, May 25th to May 30th. 24 golfers, the largest Tour Travels in the history of Tour Travels, going to be a blast. And
so good.
That special show is a really cool show.
It's always one of my favorites.
It really is cool. And it always works out that we recap the Masters.
Yep.
And preview Tour Travels the same show. And there's 3 people that will be on the team that show. It's just a really cool show.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. I always love getting to pull up pictures of previous years, and we get to see who's gone, who's been there every year, who's now missing. There's a lot of cool stuff about that, and it'll be really cool. So let's
what do we got in store for everybody this evening?
So we need to talk about Olmos Basin, do some recapping.
Olmos Basin. 9 days ago we were at Olmos Basin.
So we need to do some recap there. And then maybe talk for just a couple of minutes around open events, what's coming up. And then obviously next week is going to be a fun show.
Next week's a big show.
Danny Puckett joining us potentially for a little bit, but then we are going to have the Matchup Mayhem 2.0 release live on the air. It will be that week's show. Everyone who did not get a chance to come to the premiere will have a chance to view it. And then hopefully we'll have it up on Facebook and YouTube relatively quick after that. So
tonight we're recapping Olmos, talking about Riverside and the open events, and previewing Matchup Mayhem Director's Cut. And then we'll let everybody get back to their Wednesday.
Works for me, buddy boy. Let's start with Olmos recap. Talk course conditions real quick. I know the course didn't look its best, but I think as far as how
there were certainly some areas that needed attention for sure. 100%.
I think the lift, clean, and place in general area was good to have. I know the greens definitely didn't look great. But people were making putts.
Based on the scores, they looked like they putted okay.
People were making putts. You and I talked about it. I think I missed 13 greens in regulation or something like that, and I got up and down on 11 of them. The putts fell. You could get commit to the line and don't hit it soft, but you could definitely make putts out there. So
I agree that the golf course was certainly not where the trail wants it, for sure. And they're always improving. They're always doing stuff, and they certainly understand that golf course needs to be a little cleaner around the edges. But if we look at the scores, putts were dropping, and all in all, it was a good day. All in all, it was a great day.
If you get, I think once you get out of, first, second, third flight were all tight matches. We're all tight groups down the stretch, and the pairings, everything like that, final scores were pretty close. You had a pretty sizable dispersion. First flight, champ flight, winner, first to DFL was a 14 stroke difference, 14 strokes on first flight, 10 strokes on second flight. Third flight was 21. But still in that top 2-3, it was all still really tight down
the competition was tight. There were people watching leaderboards down the stretch. Shotgun start, 120 golfers for 120 golfers. No shows. That's always cool.
Love that.
I joke around a lot. And it happened to me again at Olmos Basin, where everybody was on time, everybody was checked in, everybody was at the cart staging area, and everybody was paying attention. That freaks me out. Like,
other than me and me and
walkers
Brad, who
and
walked.
walkers who walked to their holes for sure.
We walked away like 15 minutes early. Like, yeah, we've heard this before. Let's walk out to 3 and like, yeah, I love starting on a par 3.
Yeah.
I thinned my 7 wood to 15
7
feet.
wiggle.
Actually, I bounced it off the flag stick and left it at like 15 feet.
Sweet. Well, let's recap some cookie winners from best ball.
Let us do that.
Second to last team format. In 3 weeks, we have 2.5 weeks. We have the final team event of the spring season, open for registration.
Thank God.
I know. At Riverside, a 36-hole team event. But now we are recapping spring event number 6. This was team best ball from last week Sunday. Not this past Sunday, but 2 Sundays ago. We didn't have a podcast last week, so we want to give our victory cookies credit where credit is due. MD, you want to take us away?
Yep. So we will start in third flight, winning by 1 stroke on the net side, shooting a 15 under 57. Good gracious. Picking up 140 points each. Caden Parker and Sean Urban.
Woo, excellent. That's a one-shot. That's a one-shot victory over Barrett Hansen and Willie Nelson.
Yep, that. I mean, good gracious. I mean, I obviously their handicap. They shot 16 over as a team in their gross
egging it good
number. So yeah, I mean that's just one covering the other. So really nice. Congrats. They just barely beat out Barrett Hansen and Willie Nelson. They shot 14 under 58. Congrats to them as well. On the gross side, very tight. Everyone first through fourth was all within 2 strokes of each other. Winning in a scorecard playoff over Charles Clark and Brandon Zanoitz. I apologize if I butcher that. Our winners, Charles Romero and Tim Price.
Woo! Chucky Roro and Timmy P.
I am so excited for Tour Travels and getting to play with Charles Romero. I want him and Scotty Williams to play with us at Whistling Straits. Like that might be one of the more funny, awesome pairings.
I think that's great. Tim Price winning a victory cookie alongside Charles Romero there. Third flight, gross.
Third flight, great.
Third flight, great.
Big congrats to them on their victory. I know that will obviously have some nice results for them going into the point standings. So let's talk a little bit about second flight. Second flight net, relatively close, but not exactly. Winning by 2 strokes, winning by 5 strokes.
5 strokes. Excuse me. Yeah, 5-stroke victory.
Winning by 5 strokes. I apologize. I almost made a mistake, but I caught it. Names that I think we've all gotten tired of seeing, but congratulations nonetheless. Ty Arnett and brother John Arnett.
And it was 50-50. They each contributed 9 holes. It was perfect.
I mean, that's
perfect.
How you're supposed to do it.
Yep. Ty's playing great right now. Ty is playing better than his handicap's coming down, but we'll see him in first flight or champ flight in the final 2 stroke play events. We don't know
as
where
it should be
fall for the final team event, but we'll see his handicap correct for the end. And it first in the point standings, Ty Arnett is looking like the South Texas Match Play Challenge team is in his future.
It seems relatively locked in. We're gonna have to see if he can continue the good play without partners.
That's right.
And have that pressure on him. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think he's got it.
Ty's been in first place since San Pedro, and he's playing great.
Yep. On the gross side, tying John Arnett and Ty Arnett at +2 and winning in the scorecard playoff is Darren Perez and Trey Salinas.
Watch those
They
10 bonus points be important.
Yes, those bonus points are probably going to end up being pretty important. They ended up shooting a net 15 under. They ran away with it on the net side, but obviously you want where the points are. Most points coming out of gross. They tie Arnett and John at plus 274.
And that's
I
back to
do
back
not.
rookies for Darren as well.
I believe that is the case as well. Trying to remember what's the number one handicap?
4.
Number 4. Okay. Yes. So Trey made a natural birdie.
Yeah, Trey birdied that. Yeah.
Trey birdies gives them the win. So congratulations to them on their victory.
And Darren, the higher handicap, contributed on the gross side as well. It wasn't just Trey playing. So another ham and egger, just enough to win a scorecard playoff. Fantastic, guys.
Yep. Coming in first flight, three-way playoff for the first place spot. All 8 unders. Jonathan Harder and Zach Nassitz, Fernando Palos, Kevin Davidson, and Casey Graham and Micah Carroll.
Did you imagine coming in third in that scorecard playoff and getting nothing?
Yeah, I can, because that's kind of the shit I did that weekend. I think we lost I think we dropped 4 places because of it. But winning out, Jonathan Harder and his partner Nick Nassitz.
Zach
Nassitz. Apologies. I saw Kevin Davidson. I saw all sorts of names. That hole came down to, let's see. I mean, what's the second hole? I don't know. I apologize. I don't have the.
Standby.
Is it 17?
It's 15.
15. Okay. So hole 15. Let's see what everyone did. 15, couple of net birdie there. So we're going to the next hole. So what's the third?
Number 2.
Number
you are
2.
really testing my skill here right now. That's where it was.
And that's where it.
Jonathan's par on number 2.
Jonathan's par on 2. No, that is incorrect, because Micah Carroll had a par.
Yeah, but they didn't make it that far.
Okay, that's right. They were out. So that's where they beat Fernando and Kevin after they beat.
They were not in it after they did not birdie tie.
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about 3 groups. So congratulations to them on their scorecard playoff victory. Love seeing scorecard playoff. Love and hate seeing scorecard.
I love it.
Playoff.
I love the closer each flight is, the better. I love scorecard playoffs.
It's one of those things. If you're looking at it down the stretch, and you're paying attention to your points, or not to your points, excuse me, but to where you are in standings and stuff like that. If I'm there tied and I've got 1 or 2 holes left, a bunch of us are tied at this. I'm looking at, where everyone's getting pops. It's stressful down the stretch. Just holding.
It certainly changes how you play, for sure.
I think yes and no, in the sense of it being a best ball. But I think there's more pressure on, okay, well, I'm not getting pops. Okay, well, I got to make birdie to obviously get ahead, but I don't want to make a bogey and just lose it. And it's the same thing getting pops. Okay, I am getting pops on these couple of holes. We got to go make a par on 1 or 2 of these, or birdie. Bogey doesn't hurt us, but it's not helping.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. If you don't, it tells you, if you're not going to win the scorecard playoff, it tells you that you got to get that half stroke back somewhere else, right?
Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing more fun than winning the scorecard playoff, but there's nothing more deflating than that 3, 4, 5-person scorecard playoff, and
it costs you 50 points and a gift card.
Yeah, you're at the bottom, and you lost 50 points, but you played just as well as the guy who won.
It's brutal when it happens in the playoffs.
Yes.
When you lose the scorecard playoff to get cut, that's brutal.
That's brutal.
But congratulations, cookie winners.
On to first flight bros. With a one-stroke victory over Greg Keogh and Jeff Wern,
Oh,
and
Jeffrey
and
Ward and
technically Jonathan Harder and Zach. But winning by one stroke, shooting one under gross, Dan Burke and DJ
Woo!
Burke.
Heck yeah.
That's a
And that
one
was
under for
propelled
them.
by DJ's Eagle on number 9.
Yeah, Dan shot a 77 on his own, pretty nice.
And then got 2 birdies and an eagle from his partner. I mean, that is perfect.
That's what you need from
That is perfect. Fantastic job, Burke family.
So really, really cool. Congrats to them. Let's move into champ flight.
Oh, champ flight.
On the champ flight side, winning at 14 under, don't have their picture, so we're not going to give them a whole lot of time. But congratulations, net 58 to Dennis Danowski and Mark Kucheski.
Woo, congratulations, cookie winners. We do not have a picture of them.
Do not have a picture of them. It looks like they were helping each other out.
Their card's great.
Their scorecard has a lot of X's on both sides, so they were obviously backing up each other where they needed it, so good for them. And looking at our gross winner,
I mean, they played great.
Shooting 8 under, beating the next lowest team by 4 strokes, shooting a gross 64, 8 under, James Grant and Ryan Wakeham.
Woo, fantastic playing. I looked at their scorecard, and it was a shotgun start, so I don't know exactly what hole they started on, but they were like 7 under through playing 6 holes. So it was like, okay. Good to see you, Ryan and Mr. Grant.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan shot 69, made eagle on 9, birdie on 10, birdie on 18. Played a pretty, 34, 35, pretty nice.
Fantastic. Playing good, hitting it good.
James put up a bunch of birdies. He had 4 birdies on the day. Bunch of pars just to kind of add to what they were already doing. So really good playing by them. Congrats on their win.
Congratulations, cookie winners. And that was the one stop at Olmos Basin for the season and partner event, and it didn't disappoint. There was drama down the stretch in every flight. Congratulations, cookie winners.
Absolutely.
MD, final thoughts on Olmos?
We'll see you in the summer.
Woo! Love it.
Moving on, let's go look at the updated point standings.
Ooh, I love it. It was one of those really cool weeks where nobody left or came into the top 10. The top 10 shimmy shook around a little bit, but it stayed pretty similar following Olmos Basin. 3 events left to go. These are the updated top 10 through 6 events on the South Texas Amateur Golf Tour, the Alamo City Golf Trail Division spring season. Ty Arnett, a net victory at Olmos, keeps him in first place and stretches that lead a little bit over second place, Kevin Davidson, and third place, Tim Blunt. Top 3 didn't change. This week's big mover, Charles Romero, who now goes by Chucky Roro. I love
Chucky
that.
Roro.
It's going to stick, I think. Up 6 spots with his flight gross victory up to 4th place. And then down 1, stays 8, down 1, down 3, rounds out the second half. Fernando Palos, down 1, Dale Beavers, down 1, Jaramillo, down 1, Jeff Wern, second place, stays 8, Darren Cormier, third place, down 1, Ricky Ho, 4th place, down 3. So there's your updated top 10. All of this information is available for you on stxamtour.golf. Those results and those point standings are there. Ty Arnett and Kevin Davidson starting to pull away a little bit. 100 points in between second and third, and then only 90 points from third to 10th. So really, really anybody's game. Double points at Riverside in 2.5 weeks, individual at Mission, and then big points available in the Masters. All events open for registration. That's the next bullet point. But MD, I'll get your take on the top 10.
I mean, nothing's safe. I mean, it looks like Ty can run away with it here.
Yeah, Ty and Kevin.
What I will say is, for everyone on that list, just know you work with your team, you work with your partner to get yourself in this position. Make sure you're prepared for, two events where you're playing by yourself and you've got a lot of people putting bullseyes on your back.
First place points at Riverside. Hold on one second. Let's dive into this just a second.
It's a 2-day event. It's 250 points or something like that, probably?
200 points to first gross each team member. Triple points, which would be 150, 50 times 3, and double bonuses would be 25, 25. So 200 points. So let's see where that gets us. 200 points is from fourth place is 30th place.
Yeah.
From fourth to 30th is separated by 195 points, less than the payout distribution at Riverside. So it is still anybody's game. Will it be Ty, Kevin, or Tim? Or will it be somebody from the top 10? Or will it be somebody in 11th through 30th right now that goes first, second, first, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's, we've got a longer break than usual. Make sure you're getting your practice in. And I mean, yeah, to some degree, it's maybe a little bit over by the time we get to the individual events for maybe Ty if he has a really good weekend. But again, we're gonna in that first round back, we're gonna have adjustments. We're gonna have different players getting pushed into different flights, whether that's through handicap or through new golfers or more golfers that are more than likely pushing us up. More of those lower handicap guys pushing me and some other people into first flight, which push others into second, which push others into third.
The last 2 events, first and second flight, have been incredibly close.
Yeah. And I think once we get to individual events, I think it's going to be. I think if you're in the top 10 right now, you need to come out swinging. You need to have some velocity. And you need to have some real drive because you're going to have totally a laundry list of people that are gunning for it and that want it bad.
I totally agree. And if you look at that top 50 right now, there are some big names in that top 50. MD, for example, is at 20th. Danny Puckett at 17. Seth Henry at 49. And number 50 is Greg Keogh. That's great, right?
I've said this for years. I believe if I go back and look, and I'll just use me as an example because I don't have the stats to give you anyone else's information. Nudge, nudge, Travis.
Sorry.
I have gone into the final 2 events of the summer season outside top 10 the last 3 years, maybe 4 years. I've been at 20th or higher, and I have been inside top 10 when I finish.
Yep.
Because
absolutely.
It's the individual events. It's no lead is safe, and you've got a bunch of people that want to be on the team, that want to win, and I'm practicing every day. I
hate to tell golfers to scoreboard watch because it's tough to scoreboard watch, but
I think you have to. Casey Carnes says you have to, so I agree.
Time of the year where if the goal is make the team, we're just talking about scorecard playoffs. right?
Yeah.
It's scoreboard watching to win the scorecard playoff, to gift card to move up, right? The name of the game is gift cards and bonus points right now.
People, I think the people who are going to be most successful are people who can go watch the scoreboard, because you have to have that information. I think it's utterly ridiculous if you choose not to look and just say, let the cards fall where they may. I think you need to be scoreboard watching the whole time, but I think you need to, more than anything, know how to scoreboard watch without it interfering with you. Because
exactly,
that's the biggest challenge.
Right there is fantastic advice. It's perfect.
So, that's something to think about, something to work on. But I'm excited to see how it goes down the stretch here. We've got some really cool events coming up. Those are going to be super fun. Of course, we are also looking for Charles Romero. Are you asking how to get over the hump of scoreboard watching and not letting it interfere? I think it's one of those things where, you need to know where you are. You need to know. And that's okay to know that, okay, I'm 5 shots out. But what's not okay is to sit there and say, and let that dictate how you're choosing to go attack a hole. It's about course management, and it's about understanding, okay, here's a couple of holes coming up that I know I can probably play more aggressive on, or that I can be, really go look for the birdie there. And then there are some holes that you need to sit back and say, you know what, I need to just go make a par here, or I have a pop on this hole. Let's just make sure let's secure a par before we secure the birdie.
That's exactly correct. I have always been a counter, right? Even in college, you watch the leaderboard, coaches are yelling how many back you are, things like that, right? So I've always been a counter. Even our players' ability test for PGA membership is math against the course rating, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily a tournament against other people, but against the golf course.
Yeah.
I personally, it is a big mental question on how to handle that data. And for me, I always tried to make it as positive for me as possible, even if I was losing, right? You hear us say all the time, unteachable moments, and learning how to lose is an unteachable moment a little bit too. But I stand by MD's statement here. If the goal is making the team, the goal then has to be acquiring points. And to have the greatest opportunity to acquire the most points, you need to watch the scoreboard. You need to know where the scorecard playoff is, and if you are going to win it or lose it, and how you're going to manage going forward. I agree completely. And if it is the fact that you're thinking about 2 different things now you're thinking about the scoreboard and you're thinking about the golf shot you have to hit, they are the same thought. It is the data from the scoreboard that you are going to use to hit the next shot. Not that you're thinking about this, but you're using that information to the shot. I hope that makes sense, right? It's not 2 thoughts, it's 1 thought.
If I know I'm 3 or 4 back, I take that data, I take that information. I'm like, okay, I'm this many back. I might do a quick check, like, okay, what holes are coming up and that kind of thing. But at the same time, I think you also have to be able to separate yourself on the emotion of it and be like, oh crap, I'm winning, or crap, I'm losing, or oh shit, I've got the lead, I've got 4 holes left, don't blow it. You have to be able to take the data, and then you have to also be able to separate yourself and just go play the golf course and go play golf.
Yeah, this would be a great segment with Jason and Casey to come on and have some specific scenario based question.
Yeah.
Like there's some scenarios like where you look at the scoreboard for the first time at the turn and you're winning, right?
Yeah.
What do you do then, right? Nothing different. Keep the pedal down, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'll be honest. I typically don't look.
Yeah.
I get to maybe the 6th or 7th hole before I really start looking, because I want to go out and I want to start off hot and just focus on that. But after, I think after 6 holes, okay, I'm a third of the way through my round. Now I want to know where I'm kind of at. And at the same time, I want to make sure, I again, when we talk about, making the team and we talk about unteachable moments, well, we also talk about every point matters. That's that piece of, okay, I'm 10 strokes off the lead. Am I winning today? Maybe not. But I am going to continue to grind my ass out here because I can still jump up over people. I can still get ahead. There's still golf to be played. And I can go from being and I've been in the position where I've been like second or, second to last or in last place after a certain point. And I've finished inside of top five because I might have started off with like two triples and a double on the first three holes. The last 15 holes, I played one or two under, and that was enough to control the round and put me in a good spot. Like that's just how you have to have.
And you're exactly right. It's gathering data to make the next shot. It's not looking for an emotional reaction.
If you told me 3 or 4 years ago that I was going to sit here and give advice on a mental game and how to go and what good looks like, it's a
task force runs on stats and numbers, and the more information you have, the better prepared you are to make your next move. And in this case, that next move is a golf swing. And that shot after shot after shot is a big game of chess. And only 18 shots around go in the hole, right? Yep. So that puts 55, 65, 75 other shots setting up the shot that goes in. That's a different way to think about that too.
Yep. I mean, if I shoot 75, like I didn't play great at Olmos, but I shot like 76, I think. But half my shots I had 24 putts, which means I missed I missed greens and I had approach shots. Probably means I took a good 20 plus wedge shots.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the math is there saying half my round went to my short game.
Yep.
Like, that's the shit. If you're not practicing it, be thinking about it. And Charles, to answer your question, if you were able to move up tees, it does not affect your gross.
That is correct.
It will only affect net.
That is correct. And your net distribution will always go down moving forward because you are playing a shorter, easier golf course.
But
it doesn't affect
and we'll always tell people, because there are people that do choose to go play from the
board for sure.
Be strategic about it too.
That's exactly why we publish the tee box numbers, so you can do that math beforehand.
Because Charles, we have people that will play. They might play the season from the greens, but go to the playoffs knowing that they're playing well from the tee boxes that they're going to have to play from are relatively short compared to the golf course, and they can take they can play back, and then when they get into the season or when they get into the playoffs, they go and play up and get more handicap. Like you want to take the yardages, make the course as short as possible.
That sheet always says to take the shorter course.
Yes,
strokes gain formula always says that.
But great
conversation, Charles. It's awesome.
And I think like Sean Vidal and some
Jolly
and some Jolly's a great example of it, of what that kind of mixing it up looks like and how to kind of leverage it. So definitely I would reach out. I would connect with them next time you see them and just kind of ask how they go about it. But Trav, that's all I got.
That's amazing. Event 6 in the books. Event 7, 8, and 9 open for registration at stxamtour.golf under the sign up tab. That is a brand new format on April 26th and 27th at Riverside. It is a 2-day team event. Scramble and alt shot, both shotguns, open for registration. This event will sell out, and it has a hard cap on it, so sign up now. And then the following Sunday, We have a Star Wars Day tournament for the first time in tour history. It is May the 4th. That's right, May the 4th. At Mission Del Lago, an individual stroke play event. And then wrapping up the spring season, the Player Club Masters returns to Brackenridge Park Golf Course. The final event of the spring season, that is May 17th and 18th, also open for registration. That's a cool day. Masters champion will be crowned, and 3 team members make the team.
It's awesome. Excited. And of course, looking forward to next week's show, Matchup Mayhem. As soon as we sign off here, we are going to have the trailer for Matchup Mayhem 2.0, and we'll post a little bit about it throughout the week. We are excited to see everybody back here next week for the world premiere.
Woo! Yeah, next week. Next week is the 9th of April. The digital version, the director's cut of Matchup Mayhem 2.0, a South Texas Am Tour documentary, will be here available to watch live on the Power Hour podcast. We hope to have Danny Puckett and Bernardo Pagas join us for the show's opening, and then we will watch the 1 hour and 20-minute film live here. And we're gonna our plan is to do it like Mystery Science Theater 3000 style, where we're voicing it over as it's going on as well. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that sounds like fun.
We can certainly do it. It's going to be a good time. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us this evening, and we will see you guys next Tuesday. Now, next Wednesday, excuse me. Now, enjoy the trailer as we say goodnight. The trailer for Matchup Mayhem Volume 2. Good night, everybody.
Woo, good night. Thanks for watching.
This is probably the biggest golf event that I've ever partaked in. I've been around golf my entire life, and this is probably the most fun that I've ever had in my life playing golf.
I just kind of told myself, just go out there, play your game. I want to come in and be better than I was last year. Whatever happens, happens. I love playing with these guys. I've met a lot of new friends. It's just kind of wild.
You know what? I got to be honest. This morning when I left in my uniform, my wife was waiting for me to say goodbye, and I got a little emotional. I worked really hard to make this team, and to actually now have it be the day, and all the emotions kind of hit me as getting ready to walk out the door.
So they say that pressure is a privilege. All this is a privilege, right? You worked so hard to do this. So you got to just play golf. Take breaths, have fun, enjoy the moment.
There we go. Started playing on this tour since maybe 2017. It's been a long way coming for me because it's my first time making the team.
Match play is just such a fun format, and you don't get that throughout the year.
I love match play. I love playing against head-to-head with people. So this event is definitely my favorite one.
Riverside is the first course that I played on back in 1973 or 74.
Probably the best I've seen those greens in 40 years.
I'm happy with the design. I hope it plays as hard as it can play, to be honest.
Course is in great shape. Lots of grass everywhere. You get in trouble, you're in trouble. It's good stuff.
We play all year long for moments like this. There's still a lot to play, but every point matters right now.